What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about, I think, 7 different cryptos. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different cryptos in this video. All at requests, all for request's sake. I'll give shout outs to the people as we do this. I am going to go in a specific order, and I will leave timestamps in the description. If I sound quiet, if I take a second to talk, and breathe and swallow, it's because my throat, guys, it's really bad. I haven't had a sore throat like this in a while. I might not sound too bad. Maybe I do sound bad. I don't know. I'm just used to how I sound right now. But if anybody has any requests, feel free to leave them in the comment section. Join the Discord if you'd like to. I'll leave a link to the Discord in there as well. I've got requests from YouTube and from the Discord in here, but I do tend to the Discord requests first. With that being said, we are doing IOTA first through Mr. Robert Lellis because I meant to do it yesterday. I just did not have time. Robert, we're doing this for you. So first, we'll be starting off with IOTA, then moving on to AKT, then Dash, then ICP, and then AIDOGE. I don't know. We'll see if we can find that, but AIDOGE apparently is a thing. MYRIA, ORAI, and then LTC. We're going to finish it up with LTC, and that's the order we're going in. So I'll leave timestamps in the description if you want to skip through them, whatever. If you just want to watch the whole video, do your thing. Don't forget to hit the like button. Subscribe if you want to see more content from me, of course, and let's get this thing started, man. So looking at this here, what do I got? Okay, anyways, looking at this here on the monthly, IOTA does look pretty good. It looks like it's got a higher low, right? Kind of double bottom territory based on the closing bases. I really do like this is kind of a grand like W in itself, right? Like kind of grand. And generally speaking, with something like this, I would think. I would think that you see new all-time highs. Let's see what this is real quick. I'm going to try to breeze through these and not spend too much time on them, but I do want to spend a little time on IOTA because IOTA's a big deal, man. Number 83. I remember this thing, man. There's still a lot of talk about it. 843 million. Not completely diluted, but pretty diluted. Let's see what that would do. So new. In fact, I would think. Let's see. Let's do a measure move real quick. Low to high. Put it at where that would be, and let's just see, man. Let's just see what that would do. Is this even possible? Because that would be the measure move, you know. Let me delete this. 44,000, so that would be a 443, almost a 444x, if I'm doing my math correctly, and I think I am. 444 times, let's say 845, 444 times 845. If I can find the times button, I can't. So times, man, what is it? 845. Bear with me, guys. Again, I'm not feeling well, but I'm still doing this for you and for me, of course, but for all of us. Let's see. That put it at $375 billion. I don't know, IOTA. I don't know if you're going to see that measure move. All in all, though, I do like the rounding bases. It's nice to see, but I mean, it's possible. It's possible if you really caught traction and you fulfilled all the promises and the things you set out to do. Things really start to come together. A crypto like this, it's been around since 2017. It could achieve a multi-$100 billion market cap. It is possible, but I wouldn't put too much weight on that. Will it see new all-time highs? That is a more serious question, right? Let's see. Actually, I'm going to leave that on. I know I deleted it, but let's leave it on there for a second. Top to bottom here, man, that's crazy. Measure move right at the 1618 golden extension itself, literally right there. Let's see. What would 23 be? I'm going to leave that on there real quick. Moving up to 2377. That's not even a 100x, not even a 100x. I think it could see its 1272. I think new all-time highs for IOTA is definitely possible in this cycle, but I don't know if it will. It could form a lower high this cycle. It could top off in its $1.50 range, $1.10 range, like somewhere in there. Then that wouldn't be too encouraging, but it is looking rather good right now. All in all, there is definitely potential for this thing. That's the main reason I'm doing this long term real quick. But let's look at the weekly. Weekly RSI looks really good. I would think it continues higher. you've kind of been in this accumulation phase, right? Slanted downward, you stop moving down here, and then you've been accumulating, moving sideways, and you broke out. Definitely broke out. Most volume you saw in quite a while on the weekly basis. Strong RSI readings. I think you're going to make another leg up, probably up toward the screen line at about 50 cents. Here you are sitting at 27.6 cents. If you go a little bit above it, sure, that's fine. A little bit above it right here, you had previous areas of support here and support here, and that's right around like 66 cents. So, yeah, you absolutely could. 45 cents right there, previous areas of resistance. Yeah. And then right here, previous areas of resistance right there at like 51 cents. So all kind of in that area of the green line. And I would actually think you go a little bit above it, if not tip directly off it, because it looks like, tipped it, resistance, got above it, hugged it as support, and then moved off it, found support on it, broke through it, and that's when things really started to go downhill. I think you do show significance on this line. So I would expect that's where your next going to go. Let's see even top to bottom real quick. Oh, come on. We'll use the daily, so it's a little bit closer if I can get it. Top to bottom, 1618 right there at about 48 cents, close to the 50. I mean, you can see a deep extension to 53 cents. There's a lot lining up there, so I do think it goes higher. Look at this bounce off the 50 as well right here on the RSI. I like it. I do like it. I think it goes higher. You've got like a bull flag look right now, right? Bull pole, flag, move up. Nice. Okay, so that's IOTA. I think it goes up in the immediate term, like in the immediate term, literally. If it doesn't go up, what it's going to do is barely move down or barely move up, and it's going to continue to consolidate. But I think you're more than halfway through this consolidation phase. I think soon. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if within the next week you're making your way up to this 50 to 55, maybe even 66 cent area. So that's what I got for IOTA. Moving on from there, we're going to be talking about AKT for Stana. AKT here on, I forget what I use. Do I use Kraken or do I use KuCoin? I like them both. I like KuCoin more. I respect KuCoin. I don't know how to feel about Kraken, man. I hear good things and bad things. They kind of bend the knee to the SEC, but at the same time, like that's not really, you kind of got to, unless you're Ripple. But anyways, looking at it here on Kraken, all-time high to low here, all-time low. Man, you look good. You look Stana, I know you've been in this for a little bit. It looks good. Oh man, you might be seeing some serious growth here in a short amount of time. You found resistance on that 786, came back, right? Came down, whatever, below your 618. Found support on a previous area of resistance. Nice. And the fibs are nice, but you can break the rules a little bit as long as you're finding support in key areas, which you are. Volume's building. It's nice. RSI is super strong. On a weekly basis too. You found resistance on your 886, found support on the 786, which was previous resistance, and now you're above your 886, potentially finding support on it, which was previous resistance. The next level to go to is all the way up here, man. It's all the way up at $6, and here you are at $2.38. You're strong. You are like arguably the strongest that we've ever seen this, right? Like arguably, absolutely. Let's see, what is there more? Yeah, there is more history, but guess what? Still the strongest you've ever seen it ever. Doing some of the most bullish stuff. I like it. I think it wants to continue. And this kind of growth, I mean, you could see it. You could see it by the end of the year. I know that sounds crazy, but if not by the end of the year, before the halving, I think this thing is on a one-way track to outer space. If not, you could see a brief moment of stagnation. Because you are near your all-time, well, I guess you're not near your all-time highs, are you? Let's see, where is it? Crypto. You're not near your all-time highs, so never mind. What I was going to say, ignore it. Ignore it, actually. Top there to low there. 1272, that would take you to your all-time highs, okay? Beautiful. I like it even more. So, yeah, I think that's what you got in store for you for AKT. I think it's on its way, man. This fib looks so bullish. So I mean, the RSI in itself too looks really good. Let's look at the daily. Strong, so strong. Of course it is. Yeah, you just broke out of this consolidation phase, and you're getting a little bit now. I think you want to continue up. I do, and don't expect that $6 area to come into play tomorrow. It could. Don't expect it to come in next week. It could, but maybe by I guess less than 2 weeks from now is the end of the year. So if not by the end of the year, maybe sometime in January or February, but relatively soon. I would even think, honestly, January is completely possible. But relatively soon, before the halving, you're going to see this thing up at that 1272 around the $6 area. Very bullish daily. Love to see it. Very, very strong. Volume is dying off a little bit, but you consolidated. Volume was dying off here, and volume did build as you moved up. It was less volume, so you saw less of a move up than last time, but volume can be tricky in that way. But like here, where like the moves are more or less immediate, this is not as good of a look, right? This, I think, is okay. It can be sustainable, especially if on your next move up you get a little bit more volume, right? So that's really all I got to say about this one. I like it. I think it wants to continue up. Good job, Stana and the boys and girls, whoever you guys are that are holding this thing. It looks really good. Let's move on from there. AKT finished up. We're gonna move on to Dash for Mr. Jack Bandit Dash. All right, Jackie boy, we're doing this one for you, man. Looking at this on the 4 hour. It's looking constructive. It's looking rather constructive, right? You've rejected off of this 50 a bunch of times, but you're not really rejecting it right now. You're struggling to get above it, but it's different than these looks, right? And you've got kind of a double bottom look here. I like it. I think it wants to go up higher. Let's look at the daily. Daily here bounced right off the 40 area, the bearish area of control. Similar area that you bounced off before, higher lows nonetheless. It stays above the 50 when it gets below the 50. It doesn't like to be down there for long. So watch this thing rip to the upside, man. Higher lows, higher highs. You really could. You could be, let's see here. Top to bottom. Top to bottom. Almost hit your 2272 here. 1272 extension almost. It looks like you're falling just shy of those extensions, aren't you, each time? Top to bottom. You could be making a move up to $38, maybe $41. Maybe you go just below your 2272, just like that. If I had to guess, I would say you'd go probably right around $38, maybe just below $38, because you're falling just short of your extensions. Maybe you go right to it, maybe you go a little bit above it, but 38 to 41, that's kind of the expected zone. And I think you're going up there now. If you go down, probably not by much. You're above your 236, like you're at least going to go to your 382, but probably like you're probably going up, man. I would say so. It doesn't look like you like to move up fast. You like to move up rather methodically, but still relatively fast, right? I mean, October 19th to November 13th, not even a month, and you went up 41%. There are people that would kill for that kind of return annually, let alone in a month. So, I mean, it's still pretty fast. And methodical moves like this are nice because the down moves are never sustained, right? Very short down move compared to a long march up. So that's kind of nice. That's kind of nice. That kind of stuff is more sustainable for sure. Let's look at it on the weekly now. Weekly RSI looks constructive. I like it. I really do. I like it. The more I look, the more we zoom out, the more I like it. As far as time frames go, finding support on the 236 after finding resistance on the 382, that would imply that your next move is going to be up here at the 618, and hey, that's at about $48 to $53, man. Maybe you do see that 2272. Maybe you do. Let's see, top to bottom there. Yeah, that 2272 is just below the 618 there. Maybe you do. And instead of falling short this time, you go just a little bit past it. But who knows? Maybe you get stopped out a little bit earlier at the 1886, somewhere around the 50 zone. It's possible. Again, you like to move methodically, so I'm sure before you get up to this 61869 zone, you'll see another pullback like you have these couple times. But maybe they're not as dramatic. Maybe they're more dramatic. But all in all, higher lows, higher highs on the way up there for sure. And then we can talk about it when it's up there. Probably again around that $48 to $53 area. I want to just look at this for what it is because the chart is a bit of a downtrend, isn't it? It's not really too good looking. My concern with this would be because this is Dash, right? It's been around for a long time. It's been around since, before this even. Let's see. Should we do it on Binance? Yeah, it's got more history there. It's been around for multiple cycles, and it's one of the few cryptos, maybe not one of the few, it's one of the many cryptos that has gone lower lows, lower highs in multiple cycles. And being an OG like this, that it is just no volume at all, dying off, just it's sad to see, man. It really doesn't give me hopes that this thing can see new all-time highs by the end of the cycle. In fact, it's at $31 now. I think seeing a 10x on this thing from the current price by the end of the cycle would be phenomenal for it, right? Because a 10x would put it all the way up here, and I personally don't even see that happening. So Dash, no offense, man, not a big deal in my opinion, but sometimes it's the ones that everybody knows about but nobody gives the credit to that do the best. Watch Dash perform really well this cycle. Who knows? I want to check real quick the USDT pairing. Maybe I'm missing some volume. Not really, man. Yeah, I'm not encouraged by this at all. I think it looks good in the more immediate term. I think it does want to go up very methodically, right? But it's not too exciting in the grand scheme of things. You probably do break out of this downtrend that you're in, and that's going to be the most exciting thing you do, because whenever you're done with that, the thing that you have left to do is just form a lower high and then continue this downtrend forever into dust and eternity. So Dash, I like it in the more short term. Throughout the cycle, sure, I think it goes up, but I think there are a lot better prospects. That's my opinion. And with that, again, it's stuff like that tends to just outperform, man. It's always the underdogs that outperform. And Dash is definitely an underdog right now, man. It's an OG, but it's an underdog. Let's see, Dash. What number are you? 153, 361 million. Yeah. I mean, who knows, man? Who knows? Anyways, moving on from there. ICP, USD. I'm definitely not putting my money in Dash, though. That's all I got to say. No offense. Good luck to anybody who does. I hope you kill it, man. I hope it is that one that everybody knows about, nobody gives it credit, and then it just steals the spotlight. It's like, I'm an OG. We've been working silently in the background, and we're killing it. I hope that. I hope that for you. I just don't think it's going to happen. Just being, point blank there. Looking at this on the weekly here for ICP, talking about this for LOL Lomo. Weekly uptrend for sure on the weekly RSI. You went up into your 90s and you're coming down. This isn't too exciting for ICP, right? Very big move, a lot of volume, definitely a breakout, but you might, what's very common with breakouts like this is you might revert back to like where you broke out. And maybe you don't revert all the way back down here, maybe you broke out right here and you revert back there. But what's kind of a big deal about that is from the current price, going back down there, that's like a 40% drop. And I know a lot of people probably FOMO'd in at the top here. It's already down 13.7% this week. I think it is probably done going up in the short term, right? Decent bottoming formation. It outperformed what I thought it was going to do. But still, like, I forget what I was going to say right there. But it definitely surprised me with this move. Though whenever we were in the midst of it, I did call for it going up higher, but back here I was not calling for it going higher. But anyways, very bullish looking daily RSI. You also got above the 90 here. You're probably going to need to cool off, man. You're probably going to need to cool off. Just saying. You are at the bottom of this here. Watch you go up a little bit more, right? You're at $9 right now. Watch you go up above $10, $11 again. Maybe you even break that high slightly. I don't think you will. I think you're going to form a double top, but maybe you even break that high slightly. But whatever you do, it's going to be a lower high in this RSI, a higher high on a closing basis on this price action, which can be below the wicks or it can be above the wicks. And then you're going to get less volume, and then it's going to turn down, and you're probably going to go back to where you last had some kind of consolidation, which was down here somewhere around 470, if not down to 386. Bottom to top here. I mean, yeah, I'm disregarding this. I mean, you could on a strong move, you absolutely could hold the 382. You do have some significance going back around that level. 687 might be your best case scenario. And if you go below there, that doesn't mean it's foregone, because you can see support on the 382 and still wick down like this low and then still come close up at the 382 above it. That's finding support on it, even if you wick that low. So don't be scared if you go below it, but that would be your best kind of case scenario, is finding some kind of support in this area. Again, you could wick below it and come back and close above it. It doesn't have to look exactly like this, but that'd be your best case scenario. But personally, I'm kind of expecting that you would go straight to 490 or 440, somewhere in that area. Potentially even a 786 retracement, because this just kind of came out of nowhere. You probably have a lot of people taking profits, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you do hold this area. I would be personally looking at that 480 to 440 area. If I was looking to buy this thing, I might see how it does, because the thing is it can bounce off of this, reject off the 236, and then go down. So you're not out of the woods just because you bounce off that. Really what you'd want to see is a bounce and then a break of the 236. If you do that, as sad as it is to say, then I'd recommend getting into this thing. I wouldn't recommend, it's not financial advice, but then I would say it's probably fine to get into this thing. You'd be buying around the same prices, but it would probably likely go a lot higher again. But right now, in the short term, just to keep it all relevant, I think it goes lower. I do think it goes lower. 4-hour RSI looks weak. daily and weekly RSI look hot, man, really hot. It's nice to see, but hitting that 90 level, coming back out of it, that's not normally a good thing. And you know, I wouldn't really be surprised. Let's see, if over the coming days, maybe to close out this week, you do go a little bit lower, and then sometime next week you start your move up. If not sometime toward the very end, like Saturday or Sunday over the weekend, you start moving up again. But I think you are, just based off of this 4 hour, probably the next 2 days, which would be Thursday, Friday, if not Saturday too, 2 to 3 days, you're probably going to be moving down, consolidating, looking like you want to break up again. Maybe over the weekend, maybe in the beginning of next week, it's going to look like you want to go up again, but then you're going to find a double top and then roll over. That's my interpretation. That can change. I can be wrong. I've been wrong before. I will be wrong again. Don't hold me to it. It's not financial advice, but that's what I think about ICP. So down first, probably for a while, probably a more significant correction, and then we can talk about upside, but it might be multiple months. It might be at least a month. It might be multiple months. Who knows? In the meantime, a little wig-wag. Don't be surprised. Don't be thrown off. But let's see. Now we're talking about AIDOGE. Can I even, is that a thing? Oh, hey, look at that. Sorry, did I say I was sick? Man. Man, that hurts. It really hurts. It's bad whenever like water hurts, right? Look at this, man. AIDOGE, its whole existence, it's only been at 100 on the RSI. Never faltering, never failing. Beautiful, right? This is the sign of a god token. No, it's really not, guys. It's a glitch. It's a glitch of sorts. I don't know why that happens, but obviously it's not been at 100 its whole life. I mean, obviously it has, but anyways, top to bottom here, I don't know anything about AIDOGE. It's worth a lot less than regular Doge. All the way up at its 0.5. Doesn't look to be respecting any fibs, to be honest. It's not showing a whole lot of respect at all. So maybe different fibs. Okay, a little bit of respect there. Like to see it. Top to bottom here. Let's see. Yeah, looking constructive, man. Looking really constructive, actually. Volume's decent. Man, I can't. Is all the volume green? All the volume's green. Like, something's wrong with this. The AIs know what to do, man. I don't get it. I don't get it with this chart, man. That's crazy. Nothing on the RSI to help us out at all. I think it wants to go higher. That much I can say. Top to bottom here, you went up to your 1272 classic. Let's see, top to bottom here. If this was a 3 bearish drives pattern, which is actually 3 bullish drives and then it reverts back, you might see this, however many zeros that is. Let's call it 9 zeros, even though it's probably less than that. But I'm going to say 9 zeros. Okay, screw it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think I was right, unless it's 10. But we're going to say 9 zeros. 33580 probably goes up there and then has a little bit of a pullback. This RSI, with an RSI like this, man, you've got to cool off at some point. It's inevitable. So, but yeah, looks like it wants to go up. I don't really have too many thoughts on this thing right now. The chart is a little bit glitchy. It's on MEXC. That's probably the most volume that we're going to find. So we're just going to leave it at that. Yeah, probably goes up in the more immediate term, but I don't know. I don't know, man. I would expect that at some point after its next rally up, you might see a pullback that's even lower than these prices. But I can't really do too much with this one, unfortunately. So until its next rally, because I don't know where it's going to be, I would look for prices to come back somewhere in this area down here. That's what I would expect. So that's all I got for AIDOGE. Moving on from there, we'll be talking about, and that was for JJJ. Sorry, I didn't give the shout out. Triple J, that was for you. Now we're going to be talking about MYRIA, MYRIA, for Priya Catarel or Catrell. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's one of those though. On KuCoin maybe. Yeah, KuCoin's fine. Okay, we'll look at MEXC real quick. Yeah, KuCoin is fine. So it's a giant cup we're going to form a giant handle and then break out to the skies. No, I'm sure that's what a lot of people want to hear, but you guys, the cup and handle is a scam. It doesn't work out well at all. It's actually pretty piss poor in my experience, but maybe that's just a crypto thing, because I swear it's a big thing in the stock world, but I don't know. Anyways, looking at this here, with the kind of growth that you had, just completely like untamed growth, you just continued to go up. No red weeks at all the way up. Now you're having some red weeks. I bet you do come down to this 0.006254 area right there. Probably around there, if not lower to your 61869. That is possible as well. You topped off with volume right here on this week, bled higher with a lot less volume. You're probably going to come back to like, I mean, yeah, you could go below your 382. You could come back to where this like little area of consolidation was, or to the 61869. So don't be surprised with that. It can happen quick. It can take its time. You know, it might be volatile on the way down, but that's anything from a 41% drop to a 75% drop from the current price. So is it a good time to take profits? Well, from bottom to top here, you're still above your 236. I think it's a good time to take profits, personally. You went all the way above your 90 in the RSI, and now you're below. Probably a good time to take profits. Not financial advice. Very strong looking daily RSI. You could hold this 50 area here and continue to move up again, but I doubt you move up past this. If anything, it'd be like a double top kind of scenario again. You do look like you're kind of starting to like roll over a little bit, but it's not developed enough to tell. This decay in volume with the price just like slowly bleeding is all I need to see to like really determine that it's probably going to go lower. You'll probably see your first readings below the 50 on the RSI that you've seen in some time. So that's my interpretation of this. Yeah, 4 hour looks more bearish. You're hugging that green line. You're going to break through it eventually. I think you already have, actually. Yeah. So it's party's probably just getting started and to the downside. Now again, whenever it moves down, like now, it won't do it in a straight line, right? It's gonna, you might straight line it and then upward consolidation and then straight line it again. You might just completely like march your way down the whole way. Like who knows how it's gonna go, but I guess you won't go back in time. That is not appropriate at all. But you would like this, right? There we go, something like that. Or you might just shit the bed because it is, it is a pretty big growth in a very short amount of time. So with that, you can see a pretty, what do they call that, a blow off top. Anyways, that's what I got from MYRIA. Probably goes down to that, what was it, 006 area? Is that what I was thinking? 00625, maybe even a little bit lower. If not there, and genuinely, I don't know, I might expect to see this. But it all depends. There's a lot of volume here. There might be interest. It depends. And again, just because you bounce off this area doesn't mean you're out of the woods yet. You got to get above the 236. A bounce off of this and then a rejection off the 236 is classic behavior to come down to your 618. Okay, it's very rare that you bounce off your 382, reject the 236, and then bounce off the 382 again and then go up. It's rare. It's not impossible. It does happen, but the more common thing after rejecting the 236 like that is to break through. So, but that's all I got for that one. So let's move on to ORAI for the Brez Shake. The Brez Shake. I don't know how to pronounce that, but the Brez. We're going to be talking about it for you, man. ORAI chain on KuCoin. Ooh. Very bullish weekly RSI. Wow. Yeah, wow. Breaking above that green line, finding resistance, then finding support. Breaking above your overbought zone, finding support on it. Like, dude, well done. Very, very good move. Volume, very nice volume. Low to high here. You bounced off your what? Your 786. You're above your 236. Nice, man. Nice. Where are you going? Well, you're going to form a new high, probably. You're probably going to go all the way up to $20. Probably. You're at, I'm not kidding, $7.22 right now, $7.22. You're probably going to go all the way up here. Look at what lines up beautifully with that, right? Is this previous area of resistance, right? You might fake some people out. You break above that and it's like, oh, we got above it. That means we're going all the way to new all-time highs. No, you'll probably turn around here because that, with how hot you are on the weekly RSI already and with just how, you haven't really had a significant pullback yet. I mean, I guess, I say that, but let's see. Top to bottom, you dropped 34%. So I mean, you've seen, yeah, you have. Here even, right? 3 weeks ago, 27. Yeah, you have. You've been checking your way up, man. And nice volume, like really nice volume. Yeah, I think you're going to see $20. If not, and if you did it by the end of the year, that would be crazy. It could happen, but that'd be crazy. But probably before the halving. Probably before the halving. If not in January, maybe February. But I think you're working your way methodically up there. Very fast, but methodically still. Looking at the daily for what it is. Yeah, I love the volume, man. I really do. Daily RSI, super strong. Super, yeah. Yeah, it looks good. I think it's going to see. You're going to see a more immediate push right now. You're getting these false little bearish candles right here, and it just keeps going. Like you're going to get more volume coming in once you break up. You're probably going to see prices above $9 like soon, before Christmas, if not the week of Christmas. But I think you're getting ready, man. I really do. If you were to go down from here, and you could, I can be wrong, right? If you were to go down from here, you probably don't go down too much. That was not a straight drawn line. And okay, whatever. I'm just gonna quit that. Let's draw one straight so that I can make sure that my eyes aren't playing tricks on me here. Something like that, right? Maybe even closer to like that. Yeah. So good. I was pretty spot on. 570. You could go to 570. You're here at 723. So that is a pretty significant correction, but for crypto, it's not really anything. Higher low than this here. Yeah. It wouldn't be crazy if you did that before moving up higher. You absolutely could. Though I don't know if I would expect it. I don't know if I would. I kind of think that you're just going to move up right now. But again, when I say $20, you're not just going to all the way up to 20. That's not what it could happen. That's not what I expect. Though. What I would expect is basically what you're doing here, right? You're in an upward channel. You know, ascending highs here, ascending lows. You probably just bounce around in that channel until you make your way up there. But the daily RSI looks really nice. Weekly RSI looks really nice. 4-hour RSI, like it all looks like it wants to continue higher. So yeah, that's all I got to say about this. It probably doesn't see a more significant sustained correction until you break this high, and you'll probably go around $20, right? Something like that. That's my genuine interpretation. So finishing it all up with LTC for Allen, all in, I think is actually what it is, all in. If it's Allen, your parents have a funny way of saying all in, man. They were all in for you, and you're all in for LTC. Here we go. Looking at it here, let's see. On the month. Was it? I don't know. I don't think you said you just wanted an update. Yeah. Okay. So I'm not going to go over the long-term stuff because I want to end this video. Because man, I've been talking a lot. It hurts, man. It really does hurt, you guys. But higher lows look good. Flat top, like this is. To me, it just looks like a grand accumulation phase. And when it breaks out of it, it's going to see a grand expansion phase. It's going to do really well. And I think it's going to be probably the most spectacular thing that we've seen in crypto. And believe me, I know a lot of people and a lot of projects in crypto. And this probably might be the best one. Anyways, looking at it here on the weekly, let's see. Let's see here. Top to bottom, bottom to top. I do that all the time. Nice support on the 618. Rejected the 382 twice, bouncing off this 0.5. You're probably going to go up higher. Yeah, I am so confident that you'd go higher. I am not margin trading. I do not do leverage trades anymore. If I ever do leverage trades, I shouldn't say anymore. But if I ever do leverage trades, guys, like I use a very, very, very small amount of money. There's no shame in leverage trading with $100, guys. Treat it like you're gambling, because you're essentially gambling, okay? If $100,000 is a lot of money to you, you wouldn't gamble with $10,000, right? That's like 10% of a lot of money. You'd gamble with 1,000 or maybe 100, right? Maybe 20. Nothing wrong with that. Treat leverage trading like gambling. And if I were to gamble, I think this would be a perfect area to go long, actually. I think Litecoin right now is getting ready to make a higher high. But again, I'm not leverage trading this. I wouldn't recommend anybody leverage trade, especially new traders, new investors. Stay away from it, guys. Stay away from it. If you want to get into it, small amounts of money. Small amounts of money. Do good. Think in your head, wow, if I used more amounts of money, it could have gone up more. And then whenever you finally shit the bed and lose all of your money on a bad trade, you'll be glad that you did not put more money in, okay? And some people can do it, most people can't. When I'm talking to you, whoever you are most people probably, and that's not a bad thing. That's just, there's a very small percentage, and the reason why the people who leverage trade are good at it is because they enter it, they leave it, they take their profits. A lot of people with leverage trading, they're like, I can just let it ride. No, don't. That's I've heard different trains of thought, but for me, the thing that's worked out best with leverage trading is you only get in a position if you are certain that you can close it within 24 hours in profits. And if you think it's going to take longer than that, like why? If you think it could go down more, why? Like, you know, it's I'm getting off topic here though, man. Litecoin. Little tip for tat. Stay away from leverage trading, you guys. Or do it and get the hell beat out of you and learn the hard way. But that's, you know, that's how some of us learn. That's speaking from personal experience. But anyways, I like it. The reason I got off on that tangent in the first place is I am so certain that it's going to go up that I would genuinely enter a leverage trade. Don't use more than 5x either. Man, I'm getting caught up, but you guys, if you made it this far, hear the advice. This is not financial advice, but it should be. Carl from the Moon, Chris from Crypto, I like them. I like watching. You know, I kind of think less of Carl these days, but I mean, whatever. I don't know them. You know, maybe they're good guys, maybe they're bad guys, but they seem cool enough. But Carl talks about 25x leverage like it's small, like that's nothing. Guys, 5x leverage. Bring yourself back to earth. 5x leverage is like the maximum that you should be using. The maximum. Hear it again. 5x, you should not, especially as a new trader, you should not be going over 5x leverage. You just should not be. 25x is ridiculous. There's people out there using 100x, 200x. Like that's insane. With things that literally like day by day move up 6-7% like this, you can move up 28% in a day. Like you're gonna get cleaned out, man. You're gonna get absolutely cleaned out. And you know, whenever you use 100x leverage, that should be on something like 4x that moves like 1% in a day. But I don't know if they're just dumb or if they're just really good at trading or if it's some kind of not subliminal, but obvious kind of marketing technique to make the exchanges more money because they are affiliates with a lot of the big exchanges. But 25x, guys, that's too much. 10x is too much. Use 5x, use 4x, use 3x, use 2x. There's no shame in that, I promise you. Let's get started on this LTC TA, though. I like the weekly. Looks good. Daily, look at that. Bouncing off your green area, right? Wrestled with it, finding a little bit of a higher low here. I think you're going higher. I really do. Bouncing off of the bearish area of control at the 40, higher lows in the RSI. It all looks good, man. All looks good. Where are you going to go? You're probably going to find a high that's higher than this. So you're probably going to go to about $83 to $87. That's what I would expect, yeah. Probably somewhere around there in a very short amount of time. Maybe by the end of this month. If not by the end of this month, probably in the first half of January. But you're going to see prices up there. Would be my thoughts. You know, generally speaking, you might be getting ready for something bigger. Let's see. No, okay, yeah, 83 to 87. You got your $88 at the golden ratio. So yeah, probably I would say by the end of this month or by the first half of January, you'll probably be up in this area. And then you might come down again, and then you'll probably get ready to go higher than this high. See prices that are above $130. That could be post-halving time. That could be right before the halving, but stuff like that, yeah. So in the immediate term, I'm very bullish on Litecoin. Definitely think it's going to go up higher. I like the look of it. I really do. So much so, I would literally open up a 2500x leverage on it. No, don't do that, you guys. So that's all I got for you. If you like the video, leave a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more. If I had to choose a winner out of all of these, like genuinely speaking, it'd probably be AKT. Stana, you guys, is undefeated. Somebody needs to take her out because I think that one honestly is the best looking out of any of them right now for immediate continue. You know, I think, was it ORAI too that also looked pretty good? I think it was, wasn't it? Ooh, I don't know actually, Stana. Hold on, everybody. Hold on. Let's do this right now, right? Because I think you're going to see immediate continuation relatively. Let's just see what it is to that high. Okay, 60. Because I was saying $9, maybe go to $11. Let's put it even at $9. Let's just see. That's like a 30%. Right, let's see. AKT now, USD. Real quick. She's undefeated, guys. So this could be it right here. Top to bottom. Oh. But this won't be as like in a short, I mean, it could be in a short amount of time. Let's see, 150, because there's not a whole lot to go off of. Let me just see real quick. I know, I'm going all over the place, but if you're here, it's because you enjoy the content anyways, probably. Our ORAI, KuCoin, if you were to go to your 1272 here, oh man. Because the 1272 is actually at 20. It's like at 20 something, right? It's like right there, 175%. Ah, that is so hard, man. It's hard to say. It really is hard to say because AKT could see this because it's breaking out. Like right now, it's not breaking out to new all-time highs, but it's still gonna go to its previous all-time highs. Like maybe, and with this volume, maybe you could see that in a quicker amount of time than ORAI does. But ORAI has the, has the, oh man, it has the greater percentage, and I will say that the weekly RSI, to me, it looks better. I do like it more. Oof. I think someone just hung up Santa's belt, man. This might have to go to the Brez Shaikh. Can't even pronounce your name, but ORAI, guys. I think that might be the winner with a very, very close place in AKT. Those are two to watch. Out of all of these, probably more in the immediate term. I think they'll see most of the growth. But again, growth can look like 100% one day, 70% down the next day. 100%, you know, like it doesn't have to be in a straight line. I mean, it doesn't have to be that volatile either. But I'm just saying, it's not going to be completely 100% up the whole time. It's gonna be a mix of this and a mix of that. But that's all I got for you guys. If you like the video, hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you'd like to see more. I appreciate all of you very, very much for coming. Thank you all for the requests. Thank you all for the likes and the subscribes. And I will see you on the next one. So take care. Bye bye. Once I get things figured out here. Oh, he said bye-bye too.